Hey, what is up guys? Welcome to the video. I appreciate you watching. I am Matt. In this episode we're going to talk about tires. Tires are by far the most important modification you can do to your track car. Adding power, upgrading your brakes, suspension. None of that really means anything if you don't have the proper tires to utilize those modifications on track. So here I have the Michelin Pilot Sport 4S, and over here I have the Bridgestone Potenza RE-71Rs. A little bit different tires. This is a 200 tread wear, this is a 300 tread wear. They're different purposes. So this is definitely more of a track day focused tire, where this is more of a, hey, I can do some track days and street stuff and do everything really well type tire. So I've run them both quite a bit, got a really good comparison. I was able to get to Waterford Hills many times this year, but luckily to run some really fast laps and have some days with some similar conditions, which is important when you're testing tires. If you have one day where the track temp's 70, air temp is 60, and then the next day you go air temp's 80 and track temp's 110, that's a big difference in what you're going to get, performance-wise on your tires and your car overall. So having similar days to test on is pretty important. So you'll see in this clip, the top section is the Pilot Sport 4S, and that was run in early April, cool, high 50s day, track temp wasn't all that warm, sunny. And then the bottom will be the RE-71s, and that took place back in June. So a little bit warmer, but not much at all, just a few degrees. I think the humidity was a little bit lower, so I think air quality-wise, probably equaled out for the most part. But either way, it's pretty even comparison. One is faster than the other, but in the end, I'm going to go ahead and tell you why I think one of them is actually the better overall tire, and why I'm going to continue to use that one over the other. So let's go ahead and take a look at the clip. As you can see there, guys, the RE-71 was just a little bit faster. There was a little bit of a variable there with, the 4S fast lap. I did have to pass somebody. I do think that affected me a little bit. How much, I don't know. In the end, the differences on these tires are kind of big, because to me, I want a tire that's going to last through a session, right? You don't want to get, just a few laps in and be getting greasy. You want to kind of go a while, or at least know, hey, at what point are they going to start to get greasy on me that I need to back off a little bit, let them cool down, and then try to finish off the session. These tires, the RE-71s, warm up very quickly. So really, after your first warm-up lap, they're ready to rip. They're at like max grip. The 4S's, it's a little bit different. Depending on temperatures and the track, it can take a lap and a half, 2 laps before you're really good. So it's usually like my 3rd lap into the session that I'm really pushing it, and I feel confident the tires have enough grip. With these, after my first warm-up lap, my first flyer, I'm confident that these have their maximum grip. They both fade off though about 6 or 7 laps in. These will heat up faster though, so if you are really pushing it, you may not get quite as few laps out of these. These will last you at least a whole session, because it's easier to manage them. They cool down a lot quicker. I guess they rebound a little bit quicker from that heat than these do. That's just part of it. They're a different compound. These are made more as a track day tire than these are, and that makes a difference. So with your 300 tread wear and your 200 tread wear, what are you getting? Well, these are going to wear out so much quicker on track. I've already flipped them. They're probably have maybe, I don't know, 10 to 12 sessions left on them, if that. Now, the 4S's have had a lot of track time on them this year too, plus I've been daily driving them, and they're still in good shape. I'm getting a little bit of extra, wear, of course, here from rolling over, but outside of that, they're still in really, really good shape. So they're nice to have as a backup, but on the local tracks, I'm going to use these. They're far grippier from the start, which I really like. But going forward, I'm going to stick with the 4S. And the reason for that is because of just the all-around goodness of it, right? I mean, having a tire that doesn't do well in the rain is not a good thing, because if you're going to be daily driving it, first off, that's a problem. But let's go ahead and talk strictly just track stuff. So even my decision to just go into the track, these are still the better tire. I dislike that they take a little while longer to warm up, but I like that I can go a little bit further into the session with them. They're more predictable, and having the ability to run in the rain and not hydroplane all over the place is a huge thing for me. So I ran a race earlier this year with these on, and it was pouring rain. Rain was just running down the track, and it was really bad, and I hydroplaned a couple times on my warm-up lap in the practice session, and I didn't even finish the lap. I just pulled off, and I wasn't going to chance it. It wasn't worth it. If I would have had these tires on, I would have been just fine. Of course, you're going to be slower because it's wet, but I would have been just fine. I wouldn't have been hydroplaning all over the place. These were a little scary, to be honest. After each track day, I pull these off immediately and put these back on, just because I don't want to drive to work and have to get stuck in, bad weather and, have an issue. It's just not worth it. So having two sets of tires is nice, or wheels and tires is nice, but going forward, this is a 20-inch wheel and this is a 19. So once these are done, I will get a set of 4S's to go on these wheels. And then these will most likely probably have something a little less expensive put on them for the daily driving stuff. I mean, both these tires are expensive. I mean, these will run you like $1,400–1,500 a set, and these are like $1,300. But for daily driving purposes, I don't necessarily need this good of a tire. I don't rip around on the road a whole lot. I have stickers all over my car. It's pretty easy to identify me if someone wants to call the police or something. And plus, I don't want the police seeing me constantly driving past them at high speeds, because eventually they won't pull me over because they'll remember me. So I just got to keep things calm. So I don't have to have as good of a tire for the street. So to save some money, like I said, I put the 4S on the 19-inch wheel. Get some cheaper, something to put on here. Nothing too cheap though. You don't want to go bottom barrel on tires. I mean, you do get what you pay for to an extent when it comes to tires. Whether you're paying $1,500 or $1,300, what's the difference? Whatever. But between paying like $400 for a set and $1,000 for a set, there's going to be a difference there. So watch out with those eBay specials. I've been tempted myself, but stay away from them. At least get something that's halfway decent. Firehawks or something like that. But yeah, so that's it for this video, guys. Let me know down in the comments what you think between the RE-71 and the 4S. Different tires, like I said, but similar, I guess outcome in the end as far as dry lap times go. So yeah, that's it, guys. We'll see you next video, though. Peace.